So the full official trailer for Life on Our Planet has been released for a while now. It is definitely taking me a minute to get to it. But I definitely do need to talk about it, and much like last time with the first teaser trailer, I'm going to be kind of just talking about a few different things that really caught my attention. I'm going to try to keep it as different as possible this time around. But yeah, let's get into it. So the trailer starts off with our very famous Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now this looks to be, another situation where we get to see the very famous confrontation between those two. Although in this instance, the Triceratops turns to run instead of, facing down the Rex, which is a little bit unfortunate. But if I were to guess, this might be a younger Triceratops because the epiccipitals are present on it. If you don't know, those epiccipitals kind of fuse to the frill as the animal grows. So you can tell when it's an older individual versus a younger one. And this one does seem smaller in general, so it could just be an instance of an older T-Rex going after a younger Triceratops, which, would make sense. Something I'd like to bring up is the presence of Scutosaurus, and this kind of links into another point of the trailer where we see what definitely looks like a Gorgonopsid attacking Scutosaurus, and of course this is likely Inostransavia. Inostransavia is a very cool inclusion to the to this. It's a really cool animal. It's the largest Gorgonopsid that we know of. There's a lot of potential with it, and its design looks pretty cool. Especially now that I have a sense of scale to this animal, I do think it's extremely likely. I know there was a lot of people who were unsure that this was even a Gorgonopsid at all. And yeah, I could definitely see where that uncertainty comes from, but I do definitely think that this is Inostransavia. I mean, Now, we've seen this guy quite a bit in previous trailers. It is a theropod dinosaur. I haven't been able to exactly figure out which one it was. Be sure to let me know if you have any ideas. It looks to me like it's a Carcharodontosaurid, and I think maybe Acrocanthosaurus from this shot right here. It does seem like the skeleton does match up, and it does kind of seem like it has higher spines than the typical theropod dinosaur. So maybe Acrocanthosaurus will show up in this series. But again, if you guys have any other ideas of what this could possibly be, I would love to hear it. We see a few more shots of Smilodon, and we get this extremely cool shot right here. I don't really have much else to say about it other than the fact that it's just a really cool shot. There's also a few shots of what appears to be a herd of Edmontosauruses, and the fact that we see, the fiery skies indicates that this is the KPG extinction 66 million years ago, aka the extinction of the non-avian dinosaurs. So of course Edmontosaurus being present in that extinction is accurate, but they of course have the kind of crest that has been found on Edmontosaurus regalis, which the Edmontosaurus that was alive during the time of the extinction was Edmontosaurus annectens, and we haven't found any crests, like any evidence of crests on Edmontosaurus annectens, or even if you take into consideration that this might even be like a sexual display, maybe only the males had them. That could also be, plausible. So in any case, this could just simply be speculation. I've seen a lot of people portray Edmontosaurus annectens with the crest anyway, so I think I'll just boil this down to speculation. All in all, the designs look pretty good in general. They do have the kind of hoof-like structure that was present on Edmontosaurus, which is a really good attention to detail. We're finally getting to a point with paleodocumentaries where we, anytime we see Edmontosaurus or any hadrosaur, we see that kind of hoof-like structure. It's really cool to see to me. We also get a few more shots of the mammoth herd and the cave lions. Now, in my last video, I mentioned that these might have been Panthera atrox, but many of you have pointed out that this is likely taking place in Eurasia, where Panthera spelaea lived, which, was the cave lion of the Eurasian cave lion. In any case, it's still really cool to see, and we actually see it kind of stalk the mammoth herd, which is really cool to see. I don't think we've ever witnessed something like that in a paleo documentary before, and I've ranted and raved before, but it seems like we're going to be getting a lot of different things in this documentary, which makes it even more exciting. But it does seem like they're kind of stalking the herd for the younger individual, which of course makes sense because I don't think they're exactly suited to take on a healthy adult. And all in all, I've read a little bit of the descriptions for this show. It's going to be like kind of highlighted around the 5 major extinctions throughout this whole period of time for life. Like your big ones, like the Great Dying of the end of the Permian, or of course the extinction of the dinosaurs. And they said that they're even going to be detailing the 6th mass extinction that we're currently in. We do see a lot of shots of modern day animals, which definitely makes this seem like a really cool progression type thing where you get to the point where you're starting all the way back here and you get all the way to the present day. I believe it's 8 parts in total, and I'm sure that that's definitely going to be enough time to cover a pretty good amount of this. I'm still curious to see how the exact structure of this show is going to be, like if it's going to be specific time period per episode, specific location, many different locations in a single episode. I don't know. In any case, I am still extremely excited to see the show. The more footage we see of it, the more excited I get. I will be covering it once it eventually does come out. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have an awesome day.